Hi everybody, I'm a Dangerous Mix. Let's talk about The Gorge, which was directed by Scott Derrickson and stars Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. This is about two highly trained operatives that guard a mysterious gorge. They are to stop whatever is trying to escape and not communicate with each other at all, and definitely not fall in love. So I watched the first trailer for this movie, and ultimately I thought it looked interesting enough to give it a watch. Given the fact that it came out on Valentine's Day, I tried to persuade my fiance to watch it with me, and after, finally caving, we watched it the next day. This movie was strange, but in a good way. It caught me off guard, and that might be due to the fact that I only saw one trailer before watching it, but it also might be to the fact that Scott Derrickson directed it. He worked on such films as Doctor Strange, Sinister, and The Black Phone. So I'm definitely a fan of his storytelling in general. I also think Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy have a great chemistry on screen, and I appreciate how they handle the introduction to their characters before making their ways to the towers. There is a good amount of creativity here, especially with the creatures from the Gorge, and I appreciate that. Overall, I feel The Gorge was a fun, romantic thriller that I would consider collection worthy. It's not perfect by any means, but I definitely recommend you check it out if you have Apple TV Plus or if you can pick it up for a month. I can't personally think of any specific movie that this feels similar to. It's almost like an odd Romeo and Juliet story, but instead of families, it's the government kind of keeping them apart. And it definitely has a little bit of influence from maybe The Last of Us. I really appreciate how they handled Drasha's shame and the relationship with her father and kind of set that up before going into the towers. Um, the fact that she's sharing her shame and her father's collecting it, there's something interesting about that to me. I also really enjoyed the creative creatures that were down inside the gorge. I don't know why, but I originally thought they were going to be like much larger in size, and that's kind of one of the things that kind of caught me off guard because it ended up being more like an ant or a Green Knight type monster down there, plus all the bugs and other things that were down there. So it definitely kind of caught me off guard. That's the way I can say that. The only other thing I have for spoilers is like I don't know the Jeep being pulled up the side of the mountain on that rope. I don't know, that kind of pulled me out of it. Like I understand he had it tied off for ziplining across, but is that the same weight going to be handled as a Jeep is being dragged up a gorge wall and then ultimately getting caught on rocks and things like that? That kind of pulled me out of it. So I'm not too sure if I believe that. The other thing I thought was interesting and a little corny, but at the same time kind of fun, is this movie had little ties to previous characters that Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy had played with the chess game and then also the drumming on the pots. So I thought that was kind of a little tip of the hat to those, which I appreciate. So those are my thoughts on The Gorge. What'd you think? Leave a comment below and let me know. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. Have a good one. And bye for now.